We're live. We're live.
Good morning. How you guys
We're
doing?
live. We're live, baby.
We are live. Good morning.
Good morning.
You know,
My red glasses.
so many people, man, they get focused on one thing and that's all they gonna do.
Yeah.
The converted. When they start working out, for example, and eating right, nothing else matters. Or when they start chasing a dollar in their business, everything has to give way. When it's been said, when I'm hungry, all conversations and roads must lead to me not being hungry anymore.
Period.
But more of life happens on the way, and in balance. Today we're going to talk about the quest for balance.
Finding balance while maintaining focus. We're going to talk about it back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Finding balance while you maintain focus. Is there such a thing, honey?
I think that's a great way to put it, and I think it's a great question. Finding balance while you maintain focus.
Because it's almost like you got to have one or the other.
And I think that's what the deal is. That's what we've been taught. That's what seems to work. It's either one or the other. You can't have them both.
Right.
Like you can't have it all.
One of our mentors said, you haven't achieved enough to sleep or to watch TV.
Yes, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough said that. Until you're achieving at a level that works for you, then you can't afford to watch television. You can't afford to.
Right. So does that mean that there's no balance? There's no time on the road to success for any downtime? Or does it have to be, how does it have to be managed? Does it have to be managed differently? Or?
Well, that's the question of the day.
Yeah. I wonder who
wrote the book of love. Remember that song?
Yes.
That song was played when I was in high school. Can you believe
that? Finding balance while maintaining focus.
I need a sweat rag.
It's right there.
What's all this stuff on it?
Oh, that's not a sweat rag.
Okay.
I got paint on the floor, and I actually got it up with Pre-Spot, the Maluka spray.
Oh, yeah, cool. That's amazing.
I mean, a lot of paint on the floor.
Well, you're painting, and that's what's going to happen. You're going to have it on the table. You're going to have it on the floor, too, when you're painting.
Yeah, but I didn't want it on the floor.
I know, baby. But it happens. And I saw it, and it didn't throw me. Okay?
So what?
All the paint on the table and on the floor and on the walls.
You didn't see the paint. You're exaggerating now.
A little bit. But I saw paint on the tables and stuff and on the floor.
Yeah, they'll wipe off the table.
Yeah. Mr. Stephen Russ. How you doing, man? Another amazing social media marketer.
Finding focus while maintaining balance.
That's what we want to talk about.
Finding balance while maintaining focus.
You know, those people who, man, while they're working, they're thinking, man, I really should spend more time with my family. And then when they're spending time with their family, they're thinking, man, I need to be focused more on work. And these people find themselves exhausted all the time because they're always mentally traveling. Mm-hmm. But finding that balance between those entities, between work and family, between fitness and fun, between all those things, finding the balance is a worthy quest. Any idea you have about that? I want to hear. How do you do it? I'm not sure I do it well.
I think it's difficult to do. I don't think I do it well either. It's like getting all in on one part of the process, because I mean, you do have a big picture for your life, right? Mm-hmm. You have good health, good finances, good relationships. If we're going to just stop at those three require some division of focus.
Yes, good health, good finances, good relationships.
Good family, right?
And good family. That's
Those three.
what you want. And you want
Right.
to keep growing too. You want to keep learning as well. You want to keep growing. And you want to have some fun too. You want to travel. You want to do all these things. But, and this is a rhetoric word, but to do them all will require some sacrifice in other areas. We are limited in time and we're limited in energy.
Are you?
And we can't do everything at the same time.
But can we not do it because we don't believe we can?
Okay, you might be onto something. What do you mean?
I'm just saying a lot of times we take things for granted that they simply cannot be accomplished because that's what we believe. We believe you can have only this or that. You can't have both.
I was thinking about this in the shower the other night. So many successful men work themselves to a frenzy, work themselves into a heat, and end up accomplishing and earning a great deal of money. And then they end up spending all their money
to get their health back,
to buy back their health. And then they can't enjoy their money because they can't travel because their body is broken down.
Or the cats in the cradle, where they were spending time earning and not building the family.
That's right. And then when they want to
build the family, now the family is doing the same thing.
The family's been trained
right.
We
don't have time for you, just like you didn't have time for us.
We're going to have a good time then, but soon, then doesn't get here.
Right. So finding a way to put them all together or to marry them, if you will.
Mm-hmm. That's the goal. That's the objective. That's what we're going for. So from time to time, I said a moment ago, I don't think I do it well, but sometimes I get it better than other times. Sometimes I'm doing closer to right. And maybe is that the deal, that this is something that you spar with and never hit or get close to?
Well, I don't want to think of it that way. I believe that it can be accomplished with the right motivator, and I think also the right desire. Like you really want to find this balance. So that again comes back to motivation. Finding
balance while remaining focused, right?
That's going to be the goal. And does that goal have enough incentives on each point?
That's right. That's another point.
Right.
Because so whatever gets rewarded gets done. So right. Is there enough reward in maintaining a family
time? Is there enough reward in there? Or every time you set aside family time, you complain, your family is complaining that it wasn't enough time, but then you feel like, you know what? If we're going to complain about lack of family time while we're having family time, I'm going to reallocate this family time to something else.
Wow.
That is positively rewarding, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense to me a whole lot. You know, people will be right in your presence and saying, we're not spending enough time. We're spending time right now. Okay, so, but that doesn't matter to some at some moments.
There are some moments that does matter, that you can't see the same thing or whatever. But again, that distracts the motivation. So where you may have been interested in the focus for that moment was time, family time. Well, now I'm over here in family time. Family ain't happy about it. And I still got the other goal over there, which I could be attending to.
Exactly.
And I'm over here and you're whining about this. Let me take this back.
About me being here.
Right. While I'm here, you're arguing about me being here.
I need to do some stuff.
Let me take this time back.
Okay, so here's the thing.
And go over here.
When in that scenario, you're taking time, you're stopping doing something. If you're spending time over here, that means you're not spending time over there.
That's often the thought.
Right. Because you can't be there and here at the same time.
Right.
Okay, so if you're spending time here, you're not spending time there.
Right.
Okay, and we got to get to the place where we're making peace with that. Okay, when I'm spending time here, I am here.
Fully here.
Not allowing yourself to drift to, well, I could be back there.
Right, because sometimes
that's a trap.
Here can just be a physical presence, but spiritually, mentally, and in your mind, you could be over there. And for the people that are here, they're like, well, go over there with the rest of your stuff. Your mind is over there. Your attention is over there.
The great song in the 80s, your body's here with me. but your mind is on the other side of town. You're messing me around.
But I think that goes for a lot of things.
That's it. Your body's here, but your mind is over there. Okay, that's
so how
not.
do you find that balance?
And that's not fair to the person that you're there with in that moment.
Absolutely,
they don't have you.
They do not have you.
They only got a physical stuff, and that's not the best part of you. Okay, that's not the best part of you. Your essence, your energy, your thoughts, how you make people feel in your presence.
Your interactions, are the best part of you. And I think that that's a big deal. I think that we don't realize that so much. We don't realize that we're not fully present in the now of where we want to be.
And not only that, home and work, but also your other associations of friends and business associations, your social network. I find it more important, particularly when you want to know something or when you want to do something. Like I'm doing a workshop tomorrow night, and it's being highlighted to me because I'm wanting to promote my workshop through people that I know that understand what I do. The associations are very, very important.
It is.
I couldn't do that through them and with them, with their help, without having fostered a positive association.
Absolutely.
And you have to maintain these positive associations and manage them and keep selling yourself on them all the time.
Absolutely. I think that is a really important thing. But then again, we're talking about finding balance and maintaining focus. Balance and maintaining focus. So even in the focus of something that is a necessity and not necessarily a desire.
Okay, and the focus of something that's a necessity but not necessarily a desire. Right. Okay, like paying car insurance. Right?
No, I think that still comes down to financial.
Okay.
So health.
Well, I was thinking it's a necessity, but not necessarily something I want to do.
Right, but so certain things we're putting in the categories of family, finances, and health.
Okay.
Right?
I'm gonna follow.
You following?
I'm going to follow you. Yes. Go.
Okay. So we're talking about family, meaning that you could be there or attempt to be there and still not be fully there.
Got you.
Right. Finances, your work, your livelihood, the things that bring in money. Right. So having to put the focus on that in order to accomplish the objective. Sometimes the motivation for finances is greater than the motivation for health or family.
It is. I think that's what we're talking about. Because sometimes the focus is on one thing to the detriment of another thing until you can get back to the other thing.
Right.
It's almost an adage. You've heard so many well-intentioned and smart women coaches and counselors say things to women like, look, if you want a man that has money, you're going to have to get accustomed to being alone sometimes because he has to be at work. Okay. Now, if you want a man that's available to you all the time, you're going to have to become accustomed to not having as much money because he's not working enough.
Either or.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I heard the counsel, and you've heard counsel like that.
I have heard it.
So even Bobby Womack had a classic song. You always complaining about me never being at home, but when I'm there broke, you tell me about the things your girlfriend's got, what you ain't got, and you want me to go out and get it for you. But girl, I can't be in two places at the same time. If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight, girl.
So why was she going to be lonely tonight?
Because I'll be long gone. And you never find another man that'll treat you right.
Good gracious. I think that is a challenge. I think there is definitely a challenge with that. Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
Oh, my God.
I think that there is a challenge.
Miss Phyllis, did you hear me singing Bobby Womack? Okay, but go ahead.
With the balance. And even in accomplishing some of that balance, there have been other challenges that have been created.
Yeah. Attempting to manage that balance creates other challenges too. Yeah, so I'm sitting here, baby, because I don't think I have a great answer about how to manage. I maintain focus while managing balance, getting balance while maintaining focus. Getting balance while maintaining focused. I still haven't quite figured out how to do that.
Do we know some people that have mastered the three? Family, finances, and health. Yeah, family, finances, and fitness. Thank you. I like that alliteration.
Okay. And but there's still others, faith and social.
I think faith and social you can fit into family because it doesn't have to be the people that you're related to, just the people that you relate to.
So on your tire, there's only 3 spokes. It should be 4 or 5.
No, let's say that there's 3.
Okay.
And Shaki is actually watching, but her YouTube can't chat. I don't know why either. But thank you, Shaki, for joining us.
Oh, I'm glad you're here too, because I don't see all our peeps, but we carry it on.
You know, StreamYard, Facebook, YouTube, all of them have their own control.
Because a lot of people moved over to YouTube. And now we can't see if you're on YouTube watching us, I apologize, but we can't see your chat right now on the screen. So we can't acknowledge what you're saying. And I'm suspecting that's a YouTube thing today.
Yeah, I guess, because I didn't do anything different.
I'm guessing it's YouTube. So something's going on. Somebody's going to have an explanation saying something like Mercury in retrograde, which I don't understand either. Okay, but it comes up.
But I know you love it.
I know people say it all the time. Every so often people say, well, if the computers are running slow or the phones are not working right, or if your body's not feeling, Mercury's in retrograde this month. And I hear that kind of stuff, and it does kind of give me a chuckle because 2 things. 1, I don't understand it, and I don't believe they understand it either. So,
but let's go back to faith, family, and fitness. Faith, family, and fitness, and our family, finances, family, and fitness.
Okay,
that's what we're saying.
Family, finances, and faith. Either way, the
no,
3 F's.
Faith goes with family.
Okay.
Finances and fitness are independent of faith and family.
The 3 F's.
Yes, let's do 3
finances,
F's.
Family, and fitness. Balancing those 3 things.
Yes. How do you do it? You can attempt to make some of them work together. Like family and fitness can go together.
If we narrow it to those 3, I think it's easier to imagine a way to make them all fit. Okay.
I think.
But I don't think that's everything, baby.
That's everything. You can put everything under the 3 of those. What else do you want?
Faith and social.
No, not faith.
And friends.
No, faith and friends is under family. I don't have any real biological family. So when you say family,
your friends are your family.
Means nothing.
But your friends are your family.
Right. Okay. So they go under family.
Okay. And social?
That's under friends, associates, family.
Okay. All right. So for the sake of this show, and to keep Lisa from shaking her head and jabbing her arm out and all that stuff, we're going to keep it moving. Okay. Let's keep it on those 3 things then. Okay. You know, sometimes, and another thing too is your personal you. Okay. Because in fitness, family, and finances, where do you put yourself?
You should be in all 3.
You're in all 3, okay?
Right.
However, if you're in all 3, but you still have opinions about stuff.
Like what?
On everything else. Like I have opinion, like when I was thinking, we got to add that. And you're like, got to do this.
Isn't that still in all 3?
Opinions, okay. Matter of fact, I had an opinion. I got very upset with this. I saw someone else putting on a master class for business, okay, and they put out a flyer and all that stuff, and I see this every so often. They put out a training class for entrepreneurs. It's geared towards entrepreneurs, and they will cover things like mindset and marketing and business structure, and that's it, okay. Or they'll have 2 or 3 or 4 mindset speakers. I've seen that too. And 2 or 3 branding speakers, 1 or 2 branding speakers,
social media
experts. And it galls me because I think one of the most crucial skills as an entrepreneur is the sales, the ability to sell. If you can't make a sale of your stuff, yourself or your services, business equals sales and sales equal business. And business sole function is to earn money, earn a dollar. And that happens through the process called selling. Selling is getting money in exchange for that thing.
Well, I think, go ahead, I'm sorry.
So what galls me is they'll have all these speakers, but no one talking about the most critical skill. No sales speaker, no sales trainer, unless I happen to be on the program. Or I don't even know who else they would call on the sales right now, but I know I'm not the only sales trainer in America.
But I think that actually doubles down or solidifies the fact that people don't want to learn sales because they're afraid of sales, and they don't understand that they need sales, and they don't get what they need about sales because they're so busy flying around with the other things that they can grasp.
Exactly. They busy themselves thinking that they make.
I make 5 reels this week, and if I do 7 TikToks, and if I do 20,000 social media whatever's, that I don't have to sell.
Yeah, I have. I am so blessed and tremendously blessed with my book of clients. Okay, I have very smart people in my current client book. One of the very smart people that is a current client of mine, she said, Brian, I am so glad to be going through this training with you. I'm like, why so? She goes, because you're giving me actionable and tangible things to actually do. She says she has been in so many trainings and so many workshops.
And those are all important.
That focus on writing out your goal and focusing on it, and mindset this and attraction marketing that. She's saying, but my training was teaching her steps to actually do some stuff versus attracting and drawing and repeating mantras and visualizing. She's had a lot of that.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's very important, but it still has to be an action.
It's missing.
It is.
All that stuff is short-sighted because
it doesn't. Without works is dead.
It doesn't add the point. Or even if your attraction marketing is awesome, even if your branding is beautiful and brilliant and attracts,
you're gonna have to close at
some point. Somebody's got to say,
yes,
will you hire me, or can I offer my service? You got to give somebody a chance to say it. So if you're doing all of those things and still not selling, to me, maybe because this is my ministry, you're not going to ever get there. And that brilliant person I was talking to you about that's taking all this training, invested all this money, she's earning a fraction of what she thinks she should be earning, nowhere near what she thinks she should be earning. So she's not earning money, but she's put all that stuff out. Now, I also believe that any money you spend on your development, none of it will be wasted. Okay, no matter what you put it in.
Right.
If you're willing to invest in yourself and your development, none of those dollars will be wasted. They all bear fruit because you're putting it in good ground, which is you.
Yeah.
So I don't begrudge anybody spending any money on their own development in any area because I know it will bear fruit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you once again. This is Let's Talk About It with the Empowerment Duo. We're here with you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And I am Brian K. McNeill. And together we make up what's called
the Empowerment Duo.
Not the
Dynamic Duo,
but the
Empowerment Duo.
And this show is called Let's Talk About It. We come here and talk about personal conversations,
business information,
and spiritual inspiration.
With a little bit of shenanigans thrown in.
That's right. As a couple, as an empowerment duo, we have an expressed ministry. Our expressed ministry is
economic independence
through
entrepreneurship.
And that's it. That's what we talk about. That's what our focus is. That's what our lives revolved around. It's towards economic independence through entrepreneurship. That's what it's centered around. That's our ministry. That's our life's work. That's what we believe that God has uniquely gifted and qualified and prepared us to do.
Absolutely. And I think there's a worthy cause, but I think that this is a worthy conversation. Finding your focus while maintaining your balance.
Finding your balance while maintaining your focus. How about that one?
Yeah.
Finding your balance while maintaining your focus. What say you? Do you have any thoughts about how do you do that? How have you done it, Miss Phyllis?
I think I have done a lot more successfully categorically versus in a balanced way.
Okay.
like one thing at a time.
Yeah, me too.
One of the things that I talk about when I'm talking to women, particularly when I'm coaching with women, particularly, is that there is a saying that you can have it all. But I honestly believe, and this is just from personal experience, not necessarily the end all be all of what is true in the world, but that you can have it all, but it's very difficult to have it all at the same time.
Yeah, it's very difficult to have it all at the same time, which makes it challenging, which I think might be the beauty of it. Attempting to find your focus, attempting to find your balance, attempting to find your balance while maintaining your focus is the attempt, the beautiful part, is the attempt, the genius part, because finding it exactly right is a moving target, because as we get older, what we consider balance changes, so we never quite get there. But I'm wondering now out loud, is that part of the beauty of life?
I don't know. It's because it's all a challenge. It's challenge being a successful mother and a successful businesswoman at the same time.
Yes, Sister Phyllis says, what is all, it changes all the time to me. Yeah, that balance, what was balance for you? Okay, there's probably a season in your life where watching 6 hours of television was a part of it. Okay, a day.
I don't know if that's true.
I know I did at one point in my life. Come home from school. This is a kid. We'd come home from school in the wintertime. So we would turn on the TV, and from 4 till 11, the TV was on and we was in front of it.
Really?
Yeah. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 7 hours of television watching.
No.
I did.
Okay.
And I'm sure I'm not the only person who had a moment or two of their life like that. They get home from work and turn it on, and that's it.
Yeah. But I don't think that was considered balance.
Mm-mm.
Hey, Shaki. Yeah.
I'm convinced that was something with YouTube. I'm glad you came in, Shaki. How long have you been in, Shaki? Were you here the whole time?
Yeah, she was. She was here from early on. What happened when you were trying to post? Let me know if something changed or what it was that you noticed. You said, "Look, I got in," which may mean that you
were trying to get in.
Yeah, and that you saw how it was not working. But anyway, we're glad you joined us. And I did join up with Shaki in her challenge.
Challenge day.
Yes, I did. And we are going. Good morning,
So
Glenda.
tell what the challenge is real quick in case somebody else
40,000 steps.
40,000 steps.
The first one to 40,000 steps.
Okay, that's a challenge. 40,000 steps. So let's say if I average 300 steps a day.
Not 300.
How long will it take me to get to 40,000 steps? Okay, if I average 400 steps a day. Okay, how many should I average?
You should average what you average. Start somewhere.
Yes.
But just attempt to increase every day.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad that there is a challenge on the table, because I think I do. Competition does aid me in motivation.
Do you know, or let me put it this way. Lisa, how does a tree get on the internet?
How?
He logs in.
No, Miss Phyllis, the challenge is, let me see what the challenge is again, specifically. The challenge is 40,000 steps this week. The target is to take 40,000 steps this week.
This week?
Mm-hmm.
40,000 steps this week.
I did it last week.
What did you do last week?
Well, last week ended. I was at like 45,000 for the week last week. Right now I'm at 48,000 total.
That's counting today, yeah.
Yes, it counted.
So you was at 45, but you really went at it too. But you're just going to do that again. Now you got another motivation, Sister Shaki.
Well, I'm doing them in tandem.
Mm-hmm.
So I got two challenges going on.
Okay. And why is that? Because Lisa's fitness and her walking have taken on more priority, right? Which is the fitness folk.
Mm-hmm.
The fitness folk. So you got fitness, and then what's left? Finances and family, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you figure out a way to maintain balance of those three while maintaining focus on that thing. That's the game, right?
Yeah, fitness, finances, and family. So the challenge is for me right now, I'm focusing on fitness and family.
Mm-hmm.
And I have hired out finances to my husband.
That's a cool way of putting it. Hired out. Oh, Sister Shakis, sales has somewhat changed. I would be interested in having a conversation with you about that, because I'm not sure that how you sell has changed, but what the function of it is has not, in my opinion. But how we make sales is nowhere near the way it used to be. And people who try to make sales happen just because of great social media, I just see too much, man. I guess I'm gonna. It's a good thing I have 2 clients right after the show, so I won't have time alone in front of my laptop to put out an angry video.
Hey, Brittany. Hey, Dr. Beverly. So Shaki goes on to elaborate. A lot of people on social media don't sell. They just put it out there. So the average person doesn't know that what they are missing by avoiding sales convos.
That's exactly the point, Sister Shaki. You're right. Most entrepreneurs, I'm going to say more than 90% of them today, never, ever, ever ask for any business. They just keep putting it out there. I do this, 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 and this. I'm a travel person. I'm a coach. I do massage therapy. That's what I do. And what they're doing is, by just putting it out there, what they're doing is hoping that somebody who will hear it will call them up or reach out to them or raise their hand and say, hey, look, I understand that you do this. Can I hire you? They're looking for the marketplace to do their job and close themselves. They're looking for the marketplace to figure out how much you charge and to decide that they're going to charge it, that they're willing to pay that amount, and then reach out to you and say, can I do business with you? That whole thing that 90% of the entrepreneurs are doing today, Sister Shaki, I call that low probability selling. The probability of that method being successful is very, very low. That means they can't get anybody other than what's called laydowns, industry laydowns. Only business that they could possibly get are the ones that's, thank God you're here, here's my money. Okay, that's the only ones they're going to get. But they will miss out on the big ocean of people who just need to be motivated to take an action or understand more fully what it is. The people that need to be asked formally, which is the vast majority of people. If a young man sees a young lady in a bar or a restaurant or a club or in church or in school, and if he wants to date her, and he stands in the classroom or stands in the club or stands up in the bar and says, I'm interested in dating and I'm available to date. Okay, just broadcast it out there so everybody can hear it. Okay, now the one he wants doesn't know that he's singling her out. He's just putting it out to the world. That's what entrepreneurs are doing, Shaki. They're putting it out, but they're not identifying any specific targets. They're not asking directly. That person, that man that wants that date would be much more effective if he went to the person that he's wanting to date and say, hello, I like you. I'm interested. And can I, or would you, can we go there? Can we do this together? He has to directly ask for what he wants. That's the sales process, getting a prize in exchange for.
Yes.
That was a good analogy.
Absolutely.
I'm going to do a video on that analogy now. Brittany Thomas, good morning.
Dr. Beverly says, good morning, great people. My focus is 9 a.m. And when I'm not where I have to be at 9 a.m., my day is off track. Important part of my day.
Dr. Beverly, I'm glad that it's an important part of your day. It's an important part of our day, too. You know, back in 2016, in September of 2016, we did not have this show in September. We got the show in October. Okay. However, I will tell you, this show has greatly helped our lives, greatly enhanced our lives. Mm-hmm. We start at 9 a.m. That means we have to have the discipline to be somewhere at 9 a.m., which helps your business. Entrepreneurs who start their business at the same time do better than the ones that don't.
And we have an amazing new group collection of people. You guys
have enriched us immeasurably.
Absolutely.
Immeasurably. Your connection has enriched our lives. You can't even quantify how much you guys have meant to us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good morning, Sundar.
That's Deacon Sundar Fleming, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He was a deacon at our church. And the church is not mispronounced, and it's not misspelled. Chuchuch. Church. That's another one of my favorite words, church. And choir.
Mass choir.
That's choir. It's not a choir. It's the choir. I love it, the choir. I sang in the men's choir for 5 years. 5.5 years, I was a part of men's choir. I did.
I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah, 5.5 years I did that. We were good too. Our men's choir, we was good. And we rehearsed one Saturday a month. I know some churches rehearse every Saturday for hours.
Yes.
Our men's choir rehearsed one Saturday a month, and we were good.
We rehearsed every Saturday except for fifth Saturday for hours.
Dr. Beverly says church and money. Money. That's how I said money. When you go, the red hot pursuit of money.
Money.
Let's do it. Maintaining or seeking out balance while maintaining focus. That's where we're at today. I just accidentally started one of my favorite quotes, The Pursuit of a Dollar. But it's a quote by a guy named Josh Billings. And I think he made this quote back in the 30s, the 20s even. But the quote goes, the happiest time in a young man's life, and we're going to use young man as universal for mankind. The happiest time in a man's life is when he is in red hot pursuit of a dollar with a reasonable chance of overtaking it. That's a happy time when you're in red hot pursuit, when you're going for it, when you're putting out business and going for it, and you have a reasonable chance to expect to get it. That's a happy time.
Shaki, how can you initiate the challenge and then forget it? She said, I forgot that I did that yesterday. I need to charge my watch because my phone doesn't get all of my steps. Yes.
Yeah, Lisa walked up the stairs yesterday without her phone in her hand.
So mad.
Mad because those steps wouldn't be counted.
I was so mad.
It's just the stairs. 17 steps. That's it.
No, it's not 17 steps. It counts as more than 17 steps. But I was so mad. But the challenge, for those of you who would like to get in on the challenge is 40,000 steps in 7 days.
A week.
Yeah.
40,000 steps in 7 days. Okay.
You can do it.
We can do it. Divide that out.
I think it's in 7 days.
It's like 5,000 something
it's
steps
actually
a day.
The first one. 40,000 steps this week.
Yeah, but that's like an average of 5,000 something steps a day to hit 40,000. Because 7 times 6 is 42. So that's 6,000 steps a day. So it's got to be 5,000 something to get to 40.
Well, my goal is 7,500 steps each day.
But then you'll hit the target probably in 4 days or 5 days. Excuse me, probably in 5 or 6 days. It won't take you 7 to get to that.
I'm trying to build up my
7,500.
Yeah. And
you're at how many right now? For the day?
For the day.
Because you went downstairs, but you didn't go downstairs very long.
I'm at 3,400 now.
So you got to do another 4,500 steps today to hit your target.
Yeah. Okay. I'm grateful that we are doing this together. Still working with Chef Rev, with his group. His group is I'm trying to think what the goal is.
The cool thing about these apps and these challenges is y'all don't have to be in close proximity to do it, and you can still be together without being together. I think it's a beautiful thing.
I think so too. His group is, we're trying to get somewhere. I don't know where. We're trying to go the farthest in, I think it was in 7 days or 14 days. From the 5th to the 18th, we got 6 days left.
Well, today is just Tuesday, and I'm excited about it being just Tuesday. I do have good clients today, but tomorrow night, I am so excited about tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, my workshop is a free to the public workshop at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But tomorrow, my workshop is called Double Your Sales by Overcoming the Fear of Selling. And the fear of selling has a lot of different iterations.
Yes.
Fear of selling can be shown up as, I don't like to sell, or I don't like salespeople, or nobody's buying. All those things are elements of the fear of selling. So we're going to talk about how you can double your sales by overcoming the fear of selling. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The only cost to you is you have to be willing and have the skills to register.
Yes.
Okay, you got to be willing to go to that link and actually register. Then you can come and take part in this workshop. And I promise you it'll bless you. I would love for someone that's a regular on this show to come, because then the next day, Thursday, you could come on here and say, what was the workshop like for you?
Right.
So I would love it if one of you guys would come to, you have to register though.
You go to bit.ly/ in all caps DYS, double your sales, 7/13/22. That's the date of the class, 7/13/22.
Dr. Beverly says,
Maintaining and seeking balance while focusing on self-care, business, life, mind and spirit, emotions and positivity, finance and sales.
Such a great task. Exactly. And Sister Jackie said,
for sales, I think you have to provide clarity on what is selling and who needs it. You got to drill down for them, Brian, from their niche. How will it help them?
Okay. You got to drill down for them is right. Is right. Because, clarity is more important now than it's ever been in business. Clarity. Because people get bombarded by so much stuff and so much information, and so much of the information comes at people fast and from authoritative sources, and a lot of it is completely contradictory to the other. Well, this person is credible and they say do it this way, but this person is also credible and they have a tribe too, and they say don't do it that way, do it this way. Mm-hmm. So finding clarity for that person is more important now than it's been before, and having a coach in any area that can help them with clarity matters a lot. But I'm with you on that, sister. I'm with you, my sister.
I think that definitely does make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I am thinking of finding balance while maintaining focus. It is really a challenge for me right now. It's almost like I can only focus on one thing at a time. And there are some schools of thought that you could always only focus on one thing at a time, but I really didn't believe that.
There is a school of thought that says that you can only focus on one thing at a time, and then you shift your focus. Okay. But that shifting is what happens. Like I used to be really, really focused on doing the hokey pokey. Okay. I was like addicted to doing the hokey pokey. But then I turned myself around and everything's better now.
He can't help himself.
I was addicted to the hokey pokey, but then I turned myself around.
That's what it's all about.
And back to like Dr. Beverly just said, focusing on self-care, business, life, mind, and spirit, emotions, positivity, finance, and sales. What can you do? Can you put all of yourself into any one of those things at a time? At the same time? No, you can't. But what you can do is you can put your left foot in to one thing and put your left foot out into that thing and then put your left foot back in and then shake it all about. That way you can kind of get to
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what can we do.
What can we do? What do you mean? What can we do?
What can we do with you?
What do you mean? What can you do with me?
I don't know.
Yeah, this is a big question, Dr. Beverly. I really think you hit the nail on the head. Because I want to consider all of those things. Now, Lisa's done a very effective job today to try to narrow us into family, finances, and fitness. And I was having great difficulties stopping with just those things, but she was making them catch-all phrases. Like family could include your friends and your relationships. That's all part of family. And I do agree with her that our friends become our family the older we get.
And there are different degrees of friends, just like there are different types of family. We've all got cousins that we only see once a year. Those would be associate cousins. Those are not close cousins.
Right, because it's a proximity. But our friends are within proximity.
But what I'm talking about is our friends are not all friends. Some of our friends are colleagues. Some of them are associates.
And some are family.
And some are family.
Yes. And some are family. Okay, so, but she went on to say, well, what about your life, your mind and spirit, emotions, positivity, those things too?
I think they fall into family.
All of that you think falls into family? Wow.
I do. You are your own family.
I want to shout out another thing too. Yesterday, I had the auspicious opportunity. No, auspicious is a great word. Auspicious opportunity to go to a community recreational center and speak with some young boys. And I was able to bring my friend with me, Mr. William Brown. And it was such a beautiful time where we got a chance to speak to young men. The ages were between 8 and 12. Okay. And we poured into them. But I got to tell you, even though overall it was a really, really beautiful time spent with the young men, there were still some things that really saddened me. You know, there were still some things that was tough for me to hear from the young men. One young man said he wanted to tell me something in my ear, you know, and the kid that came over was like 8 or 9. And I said, sure. He came over to me. He goes, I didn't want to say it out loud because I didn't want to be embarrassed. He goes, but I've only seen my dad twice. And one time we met up at the QT, which is a gas station locally. One time we met up at the QT and he bought me a toy. And that kid holds that moment where he met up at the QT gas station with his dad in great regard. And another time I saw him and he was heading somewhere else. And that's his only times ever seeing his dad. Okay. And he wanted me to know that about his dad and his experience. And I asked him, did you feel better having told me that? And he says, yes. And I gave him a big old hug. He didn't even want me to hug him like that, but I grabbed him by the head and shoulders and gave him a big hug. And he was happy that he got it once I grabbed him, you know. But just hearing these, it was heartbreaking in a way. Okay. Because that young man was dying to tell that story to somebody that he'd only seen his dad twice. You know,
I think that's a lot of people's reality.
Yeah, it is a lot of people's reality, sadly. You know, unfortunately, William Brown did a wonderful job of helping the young men to realize that that how they feel matters. Let me tell you another thing too, parents and grandparents. We asked the question, how many of you have ever been told that you're a bad kid or you're bad? All of them have been told that a lot of times. And then William Brown had the great presence of mind to ask, well, when someone says that you're bad, how does that make you feel? Oh my God. They was talking about it makes me feel angry. It makes me feel sad, super angry. We well over time for greeting songs and greeting logos. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. I appreciate you indulging me, but I'm going to thank you. We're going to do our greeting songs and greeting logos now. We got 4 minutes to knock them out. We've learned that Lisa and I can knock them out in about 4 minutes. So let's go to the top.
And we apologize because of the difficulties with today's broadcast. We know that there are more that are listening in and tuning in than we could actually see, but we appreciate you attending with us today anyway. Starting with Miss Phyllis.
Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Up next is Miss Crystal Blake. Crystal Blake is in the air.
Crystal Blake is everywhere.
Helping families ensure their needs. Crystal Blake will do it with ease. What's up? Good morning, Miss Crystal Blake. Miss Shaquille Jones is here. Guess who's back?
Back
again. Shocky's back.
Back.
Tell a friend. Shocky's back. Shocky's back. Shocky's back. Shocky's back. Shocky's back. I created a monster. Miss Glenda Tate Williams is here.
Glenda's riding on the freeway in makeup in her pink Cadillac.
Good morning, Miss Glenda. How you doing? Let's keep it going, baby. Dr. Beverly is here. Dr. Beverly has a logo. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. How you doing?
Brittany's here. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany Thomas. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany. It's your time. It's your time. Yeah.
Good morning, Miss Brittany Thomas. How you doing? Who's next, baby? Could you please scroll?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? That's it. We got everybody. Bam.
Yes, we got everybody with a minute to spare. I'm so grateful that you chose to share some time with us today. I didn't see William on the screen, but
nope.
I thought I saw, but I didn't see Brother Mark. But anyway, we appreciate your time that you've been here with us today. We hope that you take some time to at least contemplate the thought of finding and maintaining balance with the things that you are really wanting to accomplish in your life,
while still maintaining focus on the prize. Your eyes on the prize. You know, if you have first off, keeping your eyes on the prize is a good counsel. However, not having a prize to keep your eyes on is not a good idea.
Yeah, it can be very, very, it can limit your growth when you don't have something to focus on.
If you don't know where you're going, you're going to end up someplace else. That's where it's going to be.
Yeah, you'll get somewhere. It might not be where you want to go.
Yep. Okay, well, I got 8 minutes to get ready for my client, y'all. You have a beautiful rest of the day.
We appreciate you joining us today, and don't forget to have sex.